Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we bring to you the 21st game in the 2021 Major League Soccer regular season. So we got a little bit of synergy there in terms of numbers of games played and all that, numerology, whatnot. But that's really the only synergy we've got going on right now. We got chaos going on with the rest of the save. We'll get to that in a minute. First, let's take a look at where we are in the standings. We've dropped to second place in the Eastern Conference, but as you can see, we're 3 games back from DC United. DC United has vaulted ahead of us just on the strength of schedule. So we've got 12 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses, total of 38 points, and a plus 13 goal differential, which honestly, all of those are as good or better than DC United. You know, we got the same number of wins, less draws, less losses, better goal differential. So their reign at the top here is just temporary. We got 3 games in hand against them. Unless we fall on our faces, we're going to overtake DC United pretty quickly. Now, we've also dropped to 5th place in the Supporters' Shield, and again, every team except for Colorado has multiple games on us. Colorado only 1 game ahead of us, but 6 points ahead of us in the standings. So we're going to have to catch up to Colorado. And if you recall the schedule, last time we looked at it, we were supposed to be playing Colorado. But the schedule has changed, hence the chaos that I've been referring to. So last game you saw was FC Dallas 3-0 domination, where they were at the top of the league. We beat them handily and, showed that we've got some real momentum going on this season. We went on, we had a 1-1 draw versus Minnesota after that. It was kind of frustrating. We scored early. They scored early in the second half, and then just nothing happened. We couldn't do much about it. Mane had the player of the match. He ran all over the place. 8.6 rating, key passes, key chances, but we just couldn't get past Jonathan Gonzalez. He was everywhere. Jesse Gonzalez, former FC Dallas goalkeeper. He's a very good young goalkeeper if you ever want to pick a guy up, who's in the early stages of his development, like in the first couple of seasons of FM18. Jesse Gonzalez is a good keeper to look at, and for MLS level anyway. But yeah, we couldn't beat Minnesota. We couldn't get past Jesse Gonzalez other than that 1 goal. So that was a bit frustrating. But then we bounced back with a nice, solid 2-0 win over Chicago Fire, team we got a bit of a rivalry with. Yeah, it was just a good, solid victory. Mendez with a goal, Petrasso with a goal, and then we got a shutout, another one of our many shutouts. Take a look at the goals here. Been playing well defensively. We've been training defense. I just noticed that. I looked at our training. I haven't looked at the training in a while, and we've been training defense, and I guess it's been paying off. So here's Agor, our deep-lying playmaker, trying to make some plays. We got Lopez in there for a little bit better passing, and look at that pass. Great vision. Finds Mendez on, almost playing a poacher-type role. Gets in the goal, and then here we go. Bruno bombs it forward to Mane, just beats his man, beats everybody back post for Petrasso. Easy goal. Really great pass. 2 great passes, but that led to the easy goal. So there we go. We're looking good. We're playing well, but we got an issue, and our issue is, of course, Team Canada. Look at this. Look at all of our guys out on leave. Benzaza, Haynes, Chevalier, Desovic, Edwards, Jaguar, Petrasso, Erwin Mendy, Carlos Alberto out for Brazil. And then we got a bunch of our loanies are out with the under-20s Team Canada. So we got issues in terms of roster depth and squad depth. a little bit injury problem as well. Duvern, Bosic just picked up a long-term injury. Gianfranco Vasquez just picked up a 2-week injury. Andre's still on the disabled list. Marcus Daniels is still on the disabled list. Kyle Aaron, he's on international duty even though he's just recovering from an injury. So that could be bad news. So the chaos with the roster right now is intense, and it's been made a little bit more intense because the international transfer window has opened and teams are trying to raid us. Take a look at our transfer history. Look at all these outgoing players. We lost Victor Cabrera in June, and now we just lost Fabricio Bruno, our other central defender, to Tijuana for $6 million. That was his asking price, and they matched it, and so we had to let him go. So there's another central defender out the door. Sent a couple guys out on loan, Dakota Gomez, Camille Ortiz, but we had to call Gomez back because we just had no players. So we're out there in the transfer market right now looking for some players. We got a little bit of transfer budget, $2.6 million of the $6 million that we got. So the board has scooped up a lot of that money. And one of the reasons they scooped up that money is because we asked them to improve our facilities and expand Saputo Stadium. So we're going to be getting a ground expansion coming up. It's going to cost about $7 million. So, most of that is covered by that transfer. So that was a good bit of business in terms of running the club. But, we're planning the expansion right now. I think it's going to take us up to about 24,000 fans, which is pretty good. Take a look at the team stats. And then team details. We can go down and look at where we are in terms of attendance. We're 11th in the league in attendance right now. Average attendance 18,000. Highest attendance 20,000. That's about our limit right there. So we're going to add another 3,000 to 4,000 seats. Maybe we could add another 3,000 to 4,000 season tickets next year and help us continue to grow the club. Even though we could, financially we could just go on as we are right now, I think indefinitely, because of the money we get from Major League Soccer. But it's always nice to improve us a little bit more, and we can start to look at getting bigger and better facilities, bigger and better players and contracts and all that kind of stuff. Always look to be improving the club, I think is a good philosophy. But anyway, plus it's fun. I like it when they build new stadiums and all that stuff, and you get to see some new stuff, some new expansion. You get to see the little construction, not animation, but the construction artwork in your stadium where they've got like scaffolding and all that kind of stuff. It just adds, something new, something different, a little bit of fun. Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's the update. As crazy and chaotic as it is, we're still doing well, but we're sort of teetering on a knife edge right now because of this whole international duty. Now, our players are out there playing well. Team Canada is winning a lot of games, so that's good for us. We're in Group C of the Gold Cup. Just beat Guadeloupe. Take a look at the... shouldn't we be able to look at like the group stage or whatever? Are we in the quarterfinals? Mexico? Yeah, so we're in the quarterfinals versus Trinidad and Tobago. That's a very winnable game for Canada. Pretty good. We'll probably face... USA's got their B team here. That's interesting. That's some hubris by USA. So we'll probably face Mexico, Costa Rica, Jamaica's a good matchup. Either one of those teams could win. So it's going to be an interesting Gold Cup. Again, starting that cycle, working towards the next World Cup. Maybe by then we can be the coach of Team Canada. I don't know. The current coach seems to be doing pretty good. He's picking all of our players, so I guess we're helping out the team in that way. But anyway, let's see if we can get to today's matchup versus Vancouver. It is a rivalry game, so that's something. It's not, I wanted to see Colorado. I wanted to see what this new upstart team in the Western Conference is all about. But unfortunately, we had to reschedule all of those games because of the Gold Cup. That's why the schedule changed, if I didn't mention that before. Anyway, we're going to go with the Z formation. As you can see, we got a lot of guys who aren't quite familiar with their positions, and we'll look at them in a minute. Incredibly thin. We tried to get a defender from England here, Clive Lawrence, 19-year-old. See, we had a little contract problem with this guy. So we went to the negotiate part, or the promises page, and he wanted to be an important player. What is that called? Not important player, but key player. He wanted to be a key player, and in MLS terms, a key player means he's going to get a designated player contract. So I wanted to save that because he wasn't getting designated player money over there in England. He's only getting $200,000, which we can pay for easily. So I talked him down to a first team contract, and then made the promise, and then went to the bargaining, the negotiation page, and the salary he wanted from us was like $1 million a season, and we couldn't, because we can't use targeted allocation money for whatever reason, because it's bugged or whatever. We couldn't buy down his contract to the point where he would fit on a first team contract. So I wanted to then offer him a designated player contract, but the designated player contract was locked because I had already promised him first team instead of key player. So that's a bit of a frustration with this mechanic, is once you promise them something in that promise screen, you can't go back. Even if you want to offer them something better, you can't because it's locked. So we tried to go back again and offer it to him again, but now he's saying it's too, that past negotiation failed. So we're probably gonna miss out on this guy, even though he's pretty good. Really good marking and tackling, good strength, jumping, reach, all that stuff. Great speed for a central defender, only 19 years old. But yeah, we're gonna miss out. He's being bid on by several teams, including some Premier League teams, so we're probably going to miss out on him. But anyway, we got some stuff cooking, trying to bring those defenders in. In the meantime, we've got Chevalier, so he'll be able to step in. That's fine. Looking at waiver players, he's not a defender. His defensive midfielder here has been waived, 26-year-old Colombian. Not really my style of player, so we're going to pass on him. But yeah, definitely watching the waiver wire, sending our scouts out there looking for anybody we can find. Looked at the academy. The academy doesn't really have anybody worth signing, even in an emergency situation. So that's why I had to bring back the loan players and submit our team. So on the bench, we have a crazy looking bench right now. So we got Johnson on the bench, Mane, Romero. Going to see if he can go through a game without getting injured. We'll see. Shamit Shom, Erwin Mendy. So we got a lot of wingers on the bench. And then we've got Giasante, the goalkeeper, and Horvath, the other goalkeeper. So we got two goalkeepers on the bench because everybody else is somewhere else. Andre, injured. Petrasso, Jaguar, Edwards out on loan. Duverne, injured. Basic, injured. Everybody else, look at all these guys who are either on loan or on international duty. Those guys weren't on loan. What am I talking about? Petrasso and Jaguar and Edwards are on international duty, not on loan. But everybody else is on loan. Chevalier on international duty. Vasquez injured. Look at this. It's all red and salmon colored, I guess. Anyway, unavailable in some way, shape, or form. So this is the crazy team we got to go with. Look at all these guys who are not match fit. Not a good time. We got guys who don't even have numbers. Giasante wants number 13. Sorry, that's Erwin Mendy's number. Giasanto, you are a goalkeeper. So you're going to get number 51, and you're going to like it. Garner, who is Garner? Oh, Garner's another guy we brought back from loan. The 20-year-old English defender that we signed in the preseason, I guess. He's pretty good. Not as pacey as we'd like, but other than that, he's pretty good. He's getting better. He had been playing decent amounts of time at his loan club, but, you know, we got needs here. We got needs. So we'll bring him back. Should we give him number 6? Make him feel good? Why not? Take number 6. There you go. Young man. Give you a little bit of a boost to say you got a real number. Maybe you'll join the starting lineup at some point in your career. Anyway, we still got Thiago in goal. That's another reason to sign Brazilians, is because most of the time the ones you can sign in MLS aren't going to be good enough for the Brazilian national team, so they're not going to get called up, so that's a bonus. But anyway, we got Thiago in goal. Delgado making a start. Valo, one of our few starters in there. Garner making his debut. You saw we gave him the number 6. No picture for this young man. Gomez, another guy we brought back from loan. Super draft player. He's in there. Agor and Ramos in the midfield. That's good. Alberto on the left. Alessandro on the right. Lopez and Mendez up top. As you can see, we switched to the Z formation, which I think I mentioned that earlier, and yes, I did. So it's a pretty good attack. You know, we got normal guys on the attack, normal guys on the midfield. It's just defense where we got patchwork ability. And we got no defenders on the bench whatsoever. So these guys are going to have to be Iron Men out there. No yellow card or no red cards and no injuries, please. We're going to be hurting. Anyway, Vancouver, Marinovic, Shea, Juarez, Parker, O'Brien, Irving, Watson, Dauda. There's Reyna. There's a familiar name. Sonora. Not familiar with that. Gomez. Mario. Oh, this character. I remember him. Yeah. Big, strong, German. Good finisher. Good, technicals and mentals, but not the greatest physical player in the world, which means he's probably going to score like 10 goals on us. But anyway. Pep talk. We're the favorites. Go out there and leave no doubt. Okay, we're Ev. My advice. Wilfred just loves to give us advice. That's good news for our assistant coach. I don't think we'll close down on the fullbacks just yet. We'll take a look and see what they do. But there we go. Tunnel talk. Let's go. Send the assistant. Get out of there. Text. Ignore that for now. Full house at Saputo Stadium. Here we go. This is what we like. So, Vancouver. I didn't even look to see where they're at in the standings. You can probably see that here on this chart at some point. Nice foul there by Delgado. Don't get too rambunctious, though. Let's see. We can look at, league table. Montreal. Nope. Highlight. Junior Ramos with a free kick just outside the box. Sends it in. None of our players go for it. Looks like Alberto is going to chase it down even though he's on the wrong side of the field. Lopez. Our wingers have inverted. Junior Ramos outside. Oh, he takes a shot just off the post. That had some mustard on it. Here we go. Corner. Lopez drops it back for Alberto. Is he going to shoot it? Yeah. Uses that left peg. Can't get there. Look at that speed, man. I don't know who 16 is, but he's pretty slow. Alberto is going to try to beat him down the wing. Looks like he's their right fullback. Nice tackle there. Guess you don't need to be that fast if you can play the angles. Right, so again, let's try to find Vancouver. There they are, 9th place in the Western Conference. So they're not a great team this season, at least not so far. Lopez gets the throw in. Come on, boys. Mendez, ouch, gets murdered. Here they come, trying to bang it forward. Gomez, let's not mess up. He's not match fit. He doesn't mess it up. Good man. Bangs it downfield for Mendez. They're going to continue With the attack, good steal by Valo. I think we've got enough players out on the field who are match fit and who are regulars that we should be able to play okay. D'Alessandro's going to try to beat his man downfield, and he does. He's wide open in space. He chips it back close for Alberto. Header off the crossbar. Come on. I mean, heading is not his forte. He's a small guy. But that was, that was an attempt that should have gone down. Just unlucky to hit the crossbar. Then Dowda. Garner heads it out of there. I'm just so iffy on this central defense pairing. It's not good. Nice steal by Valo. Valo has been playing so well. He got on to Team of the Week a couple of weeks ago. He's been just playing outstanding. So he has been helping out that central defense, no doubt. Here's Alberto to Garner. Can't get there. Lopez, Ramos, he's going to shoot that. Not going to get through there. There's Valo again winning a header. And another one. He is just everywhere right now. Trying to take a look at him here. He's improving. He's getting better. I mean, physically, he's very good. Just very good physically. He's got pace. And strength and jumping reach are pretty good for a fullback. His marking could be much better, but it is improving. Tackling 14. That's why he's out there, because he can tackle like nobody's business. But he's got some vision, some work rate. He's just a good, solid, super draft player. I like those kind of players because they're reliable. You know what they can do. Alberto. Alright, we're supposed to be working the ball in the box, so come on. Let's go, basically. Ratings are okay. Gomez is a little bit off the pace, but everybody else is okay. Their ratings are pretty bad, other than Shea, who's playing well, their left back. Even though we did go around him at least once. For our best opportunity of the game, really, that cross to Lopez, or to Alberto. Reyna's playing poorly. So we should have the advantage in this game. We should have a goal, honestly, by now. We had two really good chances. Hitting the post, hitting the crossbar. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get one before half. There's less than a minute. There's no minutes left. Ramos. I thought that was it. The goalkeeper whiffed. All right, good half, boys. Good half. I think if we just keep doing what we're doing, we'll be okay. What does the analysis say? Short passing, I don't think so. Mendez, I would like him. Can he play poacher at all? Not really. I mean, we could put him on target man. That's where he's much more comfortable. If we're not blasting the ball forward, then we might as well. Getting a phone call. That's no good. Phone is way over there. Let's see if we can pause this. Okay, we're back. Phone call was inconsequential. All right, let's go to the dressing room. Let's give a pep talk. Keep playing, and the results will come. There we go. Everybody's delighted. Everybody's roaring to get to the second half and get the goal we need to win this. I think we can, one goal is all we need. Gomez bangs it downfield. Mendez can't do anything with it. It's an aggressive play by Gomez. He's playing the worst of anybody right now. 6.3 rating. Alberto gets it to Agor. Centers to Ramos. He takes the shot. Marinovic has to just punch that one aside. I don't think he was prepared for that one. We get a free kick out of it. Garner can't really win that header. And here's Vancouver trying to start the counterattack. Reyna one-on-one with Delgado, and great tackle, young man. Take a look at Delgado, our other super draft pick. He's pretty good. Not as good physically, definitely. Strength and jumping reach are not what I like. Mentally, he's very strong. technically not so good. That was a nice tackle, but his marking and tackling are just not to the level that we need them, not starter quality. So to have this guy starting for us is not great. But, you know, he's the best we got. And there he goes, making a play down the sideline to Alberto. Centering pass. No good. Marinovich is there. I mean, I guess that was a cross. Whatever. All right. O'Dowda for Vancouver, starting the counterattack. Vancouver seems to be lacking some firepower this season. They were very strong just last season. So I don't know what's up. Maybe, you know, their striker's a little too old. Here's D'Alessandro. Mendez with the header just wide. Maybe our defense is better. I mean, we've had a lot of shutouts. We got one of the best concession rates in the league. There's Ginsburg. There's Gomez. That's what you need to do with that guy. Just let him set up in front of the goal and feed it to him. So we definitely have to be marking him tightly. Ramos is injured. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not the page I was looking for. I want to make sure that we're... Okay, yeah, we are tightly marking Gomez. Okay, good. So who do we got on the bench? We got Shamit Shom. It's really the only option we have in the midfield. So we can do this. We can move Lopez back to midfield. Bring Shamit Shom up to advanced playmaker. Lopez, make him a deep line playmaker. Yeah. Shamit Shom is good. Let's go. You know, people have been coming after Junior Ramos, too. They've made a couple of bids. So his agent came to us and said, how about a new contract? So we gave him a new contract. So hopefully that wards people off a little bit. But Andre's about to come back from the injured list. So if we do lose Ramos, we're okay, I think. We're okay. We still have, you know, enough midfielders that we're okay. It's just defenders that we're light on. All right, here's Alberto. What's he going to do? Is he going to get around these boys? Nope. Delgado, Igor, Lopez, come on, you can make a pass. No, he's double covered. Alberto can't get past his man. That's not really... I don't know about Alberto. I mean, he is very young, but he operates in space well, but he just doesn't operate in traffic very well. There he is, offside. Because he is small and slight and all that stuff. But I don't know. All right, here we go. Reyna. O'Dowda. Is he going to shoot it? No, he's going to give it off to Gomez. There we go. Juarez, well done. 74 minutes. I think we're heading for a draw here. This isn't looking too hot. Mendez isn't injured. We ain't got no strikers. We got Matt Johnson. Bring the youngster in off the bench. He's a target man. So we're going to have to make do with what we got. Gianfranco Vasquez is injured. Kyle Laren's out on Team Canada duty. So we don't got a lot left. There's Shamit Shom. Going to drop it back. There's Alberto. Lopez. Just wide. Come on, buddy. Let's get it on target. 81 minutes. Marinovich bangs it downfield. Delgado can't really control it. Vallo again making a smart play, getting it to D'Alessandro. Ouch. Lopez is tackled into stupidity in the midfield. Let's see if we can recover here. Watson, good steal by Igor. Johnson, not a great pass, but he gets it to D'Alessandro. Back to Lopez. He's got three men rushing forward. Shamit Shom. Can he make a play? No. He shoots it instead of passing it. Come on. Let's be a little unselfish here, boys. Lopez, Shamit Shom. Back to Valo. Maybe I should send Valo forward a little bit. Making nice plays like that to D'Alessandro. The cross-ish. Forced the goalkeeper to make a save. But offside. No? Some sort of penalty? Shom drops it back. Alberto, he's going to take that. Yeah. We're just off today. We're off. Let's give him a concentrate. How about that? I mean, you can't blame him for being off. We got this sort of ragtag lineup in there at the moment. People not familiar with each other. So let's see if we can make the best of it, I guess. I mean, Lopez is playing well. D'Alessandro is playing very well. Delgado, for all his faults that I pointed out, he's playing outstanding. Agor. Got a corner out of it, I guess. I don't know what's going on with these highlights now. 94 minutes. We got about 30 seconds left in the game. D'Alessandro out wide, sends it into Johnson. Nope. Marinovich is there to make the save. That was a crazy time jump. We went from like 89 minutes to 94 minutes in the blink of an eye. Got about 20 seconds left. There's Delgado to Garner. I mean, I guess it's good news that our sort of haphazard defense managed to get a shutout. I mean, it's got to say something. We possessed the ball quite a bit. I think that helped out. D'Alessandro gets tackled. So this should be the final play of the game here. Lopez, throw in. 16 minutes, 16 seconds. Pass due. All right, there we go. End of the game. So, yeah, you know, we possessed the ball 55%. That's really good. They only had 2 shots on goal, 0 on target. So defensively, we locked them down. It's just, you know, at the expense of our offense. Because we weren't in attack mode as we usually are. We weren't running the 4-2-4, being very conservative. You know what? We got a point. I guess that's okay. Performance was disappointing. Unlucky tonight. Get out of here. I don't like to be too negative. It wasn't a terrible performance, but, you know, not great. All right, so there we go. We got to get through all this international hooey that we're in right now. Mendez, bruised ankle, just out for a couple days. That's good. Ramos out for 2 to 3 weeks. The injuries are starting to pile up. Garner makes his debut. Good man. We got an interview there. Good behavior award for Valo. Let's see. 3 consecutive matches without a yellow card. So his previous yellow cards have been stricken from the record, meaning he now requires a further 2 bookings before he can be suspended. So that's good for a young defender. We can, we can't afford any red cards right now, at least in the next 2 weeks. Jesus Ferreira. It's like, here's a guy we could bring back from loan and help us out. He's a striker. We could use some strikers. But he's on the under-20s for Brazil, or for Colombia, right? Am I thinking of the wrong guy? Am I thinking of the wrong guy? Yeah. Alberto, okay. So we could bring back Ferreira. But I don't know. I mean, he's okay. He's not physically what I like in terms of just speed, acceleration, strength. He doesn't have it. I mean, he's got good mentals and technicals. Defensive forward, I don't know. It's a possibility, but not right now. I don't think our striker depth is as problematic as our defensive depth. So we'll worry about strikers later. All right, so what do we got coming up next on the schedule? We got NYC, DC United, New England, Colorado. I guess we'll try to come back again for the Colorado game. We're getting closer to the end of the season. We'll come up to the three-quarter season update here, or at least pretty close. We got Colorado, then we got a friendly with our affiliate club Bologna, who we've hardly ever gotten any players from, and they've never tried to sign any of our players. So I don't know what we're getting out of this other than friendlies. But whatever. I guess the Saputo family has some interests in Bologna. Like, where's their where's their board? Thought we could look at their board. Maybe not. Anyway, yeah, there's some sort of controlling interest that the Saputo family has over there in Bologna. So that's why we have this affiliation. It's interesting, but so far it hasn't really been much help. And I guess that's my fault, because I don't really look at these guys very much. But they do have really good players, so maybe I should look at them more. But for the most part, they want loans, and I'm not real interested in acquiring loan players. But maybe at this point in the season, beggars can't be choosers, so we'll have to figure that out. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. We'll come back, hopefully for Colorado, and some sort of three-quarter season update as we trudge along until the end of the season. All right, anyway, we're going to end it there. So see you later. Bye-bye.